Hey guys, Accountability Angel here, and we are in Pekin, Illinois, outside the police department. It is about 9:10 a.m. on July 9th, 2022. We're out here with Illinois Tyrant Patrol. They also have their sheriff's office over here. There's his card. I will link his channel down below. I'm just gonna make our way over there. I keep these grounds pretty well kept. What beautiful clouds. Thank you. Possibly more than they can offer today.
Right.
People forgot to put their phone number in their missing cat. Is this open?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, I was wondering how I would get an officer complaint form and what the process with that would be.
I can give you one.
Okay.
You fill it out in front of desk.
Okay, and can I do that anonymously? If I didn't want to leave my name?
I don't know, I guess.
Could you find out so I know that I'd be doing it the correct way? Excuse me. Okay, I would prefer not to, but I want to do it whatever way would be appropriate. I'll wait over here. Excuse me.
Go ahead, Mac.
I spoke with the sergeant, and he said, yeah, it could be anonymous if you wish.
Okay, is there any reason it says on here that I have to notarize it and stuff? Is that true?
If you don't want to, you don't have to. That's fine.
Do you know why they try to lead people to believe they have to?
If you have any more questions, I'll get the sergeant for you.
Okay. And are those free gun locks up there?
They are.
Could I have one of those, please?
Sure. So, you want to speak with the sergeant?
Yeah, I'm just curious as to why it says that on there, because people could be kind of frightened into believing that their complaint won't be taken seriously. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Not. Yeah, I agree. Required by state laws. No, that's only if the judges
Seems like a waste of paper to add that extra sheet on everyone.
Pretty much.
He's sweating like a pig in here.
Is that pun?
Maybe. I'm gonna ask him where that drug box is. 'Cause I don't see it anywhere.
The drug box?
Yeah. Oh, that's it? I thought there was a newspaper stand. And I was like, I see the sign, I know they gotta have one.
I was trying to give him time so he can get done. Can I get one of those gun locks as well, and then also a FOIA request form, please?
Hello, I'm Sergeant
How you
Salmon.
doing?
Can I help you guys?
Yes.
You guys want to speak in here or speak outside or on the bench in here or what?
We'll speak to you in the lobby, it's cooler in
I
there.
really appreciate it. We've got new rules. We have these body cameras, and anytime I talk to somebody, I'm required to tell them I'm recording.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
So,
Great, we
how
love
can I help
that.
you guys?
So, she informed us that we can totally file a complaint anonymously.
Can, correct.
But according to this, it's against state law to do that. And I was wondering why this is still on the paperwork, if it's kind of misleading.
According to, say that again, according to this.
It says right on here that according to the law, you're required by law to sign a sworn affidavit. and all
Yeah,
that.
so that's interesting you say that. So this type of administrative stuff is way beyond my purview. I don't write the policies and things like that. And we are constantly going through processes of updating policies and things like that. I agree with you that the law does not require that, and the actual statute says you don't have to require a sworn affidavit. So I'm in communication with the upper administration a lot of the time, and I will say, hey, somebody came in and pointed this out on this form. I don't know when that form was made. That might have been something we had in like 1992, and the next guy just puts a rubber stamp on it. But again, there are so many things that we try to keep up with, and I know my administrators are diligently trying to update the policy manual. We're working on that right now, and that's a good point right there. In our actual policy, I mean, that's how I knew that you don't have to have the affidavit, because I looked and it says that we will still investigate complaints even if they didn't have the sworn affidavit with it. So yes, that is
Awesome.
yeah. I don't. My again, this is my personal opinion, not my actual knowing opinion. My guess is that was just overlooked. Somebody just didn't realize that. So it takes people like you or somebody who's focusing on this right now in the job to say, hey, wait a minute, this is wrong. We need to change that. So just
Good
my
answer.
personal guess.
I was curious as to why that was. Especially, I was telling him, I was like, it's kind of double the paper for no reason.
What, and you guys.
And a lot of people don't know this. but,
Why do
know.
you think that they did require an affidavit at some point? What's your guys' thought? Because again, personally, I have an idea why I think they did. Do you have any idea, or do you think why they did?
I don't know, because all I know is you can file one anonymously.
You can.
Forever. I mean,
Right.
unless there's something different written, you know, some law back
My-
10, 20 years ago.
My guess is just to kind of weed out or sort out people who are serious, as opposed to people who, you know, just were drunk and came in here and said, this cop's a jerk and I don't like him. Well, how do you investigate things that weren't so, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but my guess is at some point that requirement was probably to make sure, hey, this person is actually serious. This is something we really need to spend some time on, as opposed to somebody who is making it up, or, you know, because people do lie and people do make stuff up.
See, that's where those get to come and complain.
That's why those are
Sure,
great.
Yeah, so my guess is at some point, that's probably what the affidavit is for, but not everybody has the means or the knowledge, or it's intimidating to go try to figure out how to do that, so maybe that's why they got rid of it. Again, I'm speaking from the hip on a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it is intimidating.
Yeah, it's like an intimidation thing, but being on there, so it's.
Yeah, because if we didn't know that already, we would have believed it and been like, oh dang, I can't do it
Right.
secretly.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I mean,
And
I'll
it's saying
talk
that,
to.
and on the other part about it having to be like the notarized thing, that's our other concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I think those two things kind of go hand in hand in my opinion.
Okay.
So again, I know that if somebody filed a complaint and neither of those things were done, that it still would be investigated. It still would be investigated. So no, again, beyond my purview, but I will say, hey, somebody pointed this out, and I kind of agreed with that because I read the law that said it doesn't require that, and our policy says that we will still investigate it, so maybe we need to change the language.
Yeah, I just don't want to see the day where there's that one person that gets scared away by this and then doesn't tell him your buddy for doing something wrong if he is.
Disagree with that.
You know what I mean?
Right. On the flip side, though, I think my guess was, I hoped you guys would agree that would be a way of kind of weeding out people who were serious as opposed to not people who were serious, even if it probably isn't the right thing to do because it would intimidate the one person. But my guess, it wasn't a nefarious thing,
Right.
or maybe it was. I don't know.
I mean, in my eyes, any complaint, no matter how small or how big, should be taken into, an account. No matter who's filing it or not, that's the only thing I can say about that.
Yeah, but based on my experience in this job, there's people that call me and claim that they were burglarized by President Trump and that he came to my house and he did this. So I'm not going to investigate that with the same vigor. So I'm using an extreme example. So sometimes complaints come in where it's so ridiculous that I'm not going to assign an investigator to go investigate this. So I agree with your point.
Right.
Albeit however small it is. I agree with that it should be investigated, but also there are times when we're like, this is obviously this isn't something.
Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes where it's going to be.
Have you had one where it sounded ridiculous and untrue, but then it really was true, and you're like, whoa, I can't believe that is true? Because I've been in that situation. You wouldn't believe it.
I can't think off the top of my head personally, and I'm just a sergeant. I don't get a majority of the complaints when they come in. I've been on third shift a majority of my life, and we don't deal with people as often as day shifters do.
Yeah.
So I haven't had a ton of complaints, but no, I can't think of one where, off the top of my head, personally. It doesn't mean it hasn't happened here, but
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there any reason this door is locked?
So this building also gives access to this door gives access to the other part of the building that is closed and nobody's up there. So that's why this door is locked, because it's like the city administration.
So normally Monday through Friday,
Yes,
the door is unlocked.
I think so. Again, I've been on day shift for 1 week.
Oh.
So this is my first week, and so normally everything's locked because nobody's here.
You're not
But
used to it.
yes, I think that these doors are unlocked during.
Yeah, that's why the signage threw me off in there. I was like, well, it's
Yeah.
locked. That makes sense. Well, I think you answered our questions pretty well.
And Sergeant Salmon?
Salmon.
Do you guys want a card or need a card?
Oh, yeah.
You have a card,
Absolutely.
What's your badge number?
5292.
5290.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
How are you liking the day shift?
So this week, we've had several people on vacation and different command officers doing different things. So my first week of being on day shift, I actually had to work, I was forced to work 2 12-hour shifts. So I've been coming in at 2:30 in the morning, so I hate it so far. But once I actually just work the 7 to 3 spot, I think probably I'll like it.
Oh, that won't be so bad.
No, I was third shift for 13 years.
I loved it, but
What's the first
things-
shift? And
a lot of stuff's changing. It's time for me to change it up a little bit. So.
Sure.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I appreciate your time and explaining all this to us, and definitely please bring that up to your chief or whoever.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I don't want somebody to be afraid to file a complaint if they really need to.
Sure. Do you want him or us to respond back to you to let you know what the resolution was? Yes, we're going to change it.
I'll check back in like a week.
That'll work too.
So will I.
See if it's, been
You can
changed.
come in and ask for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds
we'll do.
great.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Nuts.
Sure. Sounds good. Awesome.
Thanks, Al.
All
I
right.
appreciate
All right,
you.
you take care. Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
Go ahead and get out of here. Oh, he was pretty with it. Yeah, seemed pretty solid. Glad he agreed. Couldn't be in there anymore. I was getting too hot. It's like stale.